talking, you know, everybody's getting hyped, everybody's getting excited ever since Zack Snyder's came out, and they're always talking about the clues. There was a Zack Snyder video when he thanked everybody, and there was a Green Martian there, so everybody's speculating about that. Was he involved in the war before? And then now we're always talking about who was in that special capsule. Was it Supergirl? And then you look at the Justice League trailer and you swear that leg was actually Supergirl. And I still swear, even though Zack came out and said no, it's Superman, I still say that leg is so feminine in that sort of trailer. So then there was a comic adaptation of somebody getting out of the spaceship that landed thousands of years ago, and now everybody's talking. There was an idea of a Supergirl movie that was scrubbed and stuff like that. There's talks about cameos with Superman, Henry Cavill now doing all these cameos in these films, and you know, Shazam, Black Adam, or whatever, Flashpoint maybe, or what if he's doing a cameo to introduce Supergirl, which seems to be a good way. But where is Supergirl? Where has she been? What's the origin story? And as we know, there's origin stories differ from whatever media you're watching. There was an animated story based on the comic book, Supergirl, Batman, Superman. I can't remember the title of it. I've just actually lent it out to one of my friends, where Supergirl lands on Earth, gets kidnapped by Darkseid, becomes this other sort of evil version of herself, and then comes back to the light. So now we've got people thinking, well, who's the person that came out the shuttle? And so people are now speculating, well, maybe she got picked up by the Amazons, and she's been living with the Amazons. But then Euxis, right? Euxis evades. She joins the fight, and then gets kidnapped by Euxis, who is now Darkseid. Well, will soon be Darkseid. Gets kidnapped by him, gets taken to Apocalypse, and so when the war comes down, we have this sort of we have this, you know, Superman turning this person back to what she was, which was Kara. And as I said, when this all news came out, there was a news last year where they were talking about, oh, this woman's going to be playing Grail in Justice League, and I thought, well, who's Grail? And I said, well, maybe I'll find out when the movie comes out. But as we know, it didn't come out. So I looked it up, and that's her there, right? And between, and it actually says, at the same time as the birth of Diana to Hippolyta, the Amazon assassin Marina gave birth to the daughter of Darkseid in secret, aided by Penelope and watched by the Oracle Menelope. Upon the birth of the young Grail, the Grail was defended by her mother from Penelope, who heard the prophecy from Penelope of the destructions that would be caused by the girl when she grew. After murdering Penelope, Marina fled to Mascara, bringing her daughter with her as the first Amazon to leave the island. Decades later, Grail allied with the Anti-Monitor and aided him in declaring war on her father. Grail finally arrived to Earth with a dimensional portal and was quick to ravage the Justice League, nearly killing them all, and yada yada yada, and to God, and it goes on and goes on and goes on. So it's basically the daughter of Darkseid. But what we've got to remember is every adaptation of comics and TVs and movies are different. Zack Snyder put his own version on it. So now there's a speculation that Supergirl could be that person in the spaceship, gets taken by the Amazons, gets taken up to Darkseid, turns into this character called Grail, and then comes down. Now, am I all one for this? I don't know. I think it's a good way of maybe introducing Supergirl to the universe. It's going to be totally different. Fans might argue with the fact that, you know, it happened this way, but again, but it's due to adaptation. You know, and Flashpoint could even change all of that all over again. But at least this way you have maybe Superman redeeming Kara in this version. So what do you think? Do you think there's a possibility that this girl from years ago that came on board to play the part of Grail could be Supergirl? Or do you think it's just this sort of, you know, or should we just stop thinking about potential ideas of what could be, you know, in this Justice League movie? And as I said, Zack Snyder did say his version of Flashpoint was even better than the comics. So you know, and we know Jeffrey Dean Morgan is circling around the sort of studio. So in order to put an even bigger twist on the Flashpoint thing, you could redo the sort of Supergirl storyline which may come out through this Justice League. And it just emphasises how different this Justice League could potentially be from what has came out before. And it could be still divisive when it comes to Supergirl fans who don't sort of agree with her origin. But at least it all ties in. At least it's got people thinking, aha, okay, we get Justice League. So wait a minute, she was in sort of Man of Steel. Because Zack Snyder did say that shuttle was, that empty pod wasn't just put there by mistake. Okay? So you'll get people now that'll watch this film, that will buy Man of Steel, will buy BVS Ultimate Edition, and see the whole story arc. So what do you think? Do you like this idea? Are you on board with this? Or do you not think it's Supergirl at all? Do you think it's just this character, Grail? I'm definitely not reading that synopsis out again. Penelope, what not? Why? What's with all the M's and Menelopes and Menolopes and whatnot? So, listen, thanks for watching. Leave your comments down below and catch you next time.